We obviously saved Christmas for a lot of people in Connecticut, for ourselves today. So it was really the first thing that um, went across my mind. And then I wished the crowd behind the bench a Merry Christmas right as the clock was running down there. So I think what I'm most happy about is that we saved Christmas for ourselves and for our great fans and for the state of Connecticut. Because a loss here tonight would have been a lot of doom and gloom for a lot of people. So obviously it was, type of game that, that's we've proved that we could win the beauty pageant when, when the game is not allowed to be as physical as these games are. I mean, these Big East games, man, are so physical, and it's going to be that way, for the next 18 games. And I thought we showed just a tremendous resolve and resilience with how we responded today. I thought, we showed a championship response to how we played the other day. And just thinking back to, I think this group. This group's had a heck of a run since December 1st. I think, just starting with that game at Kansas and, which was a pretty long trip back to the Carolina game at the Garden, a quick home game. Then you go out to Seattle, and then a quick turnaround back to these conference wars. I mean, we've asked a lot of our team since then. I think we showed a little bit of fatigue. These guys have earned the 3 days off, and we'll have some time to rest and work on some things and get back to looking like a much sharper team. But gutty win. Yeah, I mean, we usually go into the coach's space and give them about 5 minutes to decompress, and then we go talk to them for 5 or 6 minutes. But we immediately went in there and started part laying into them for for some the easy baskets they had to run out. They had like 2 transition baskets. I thought we were getting bullied a little bit, and we challenged them a little bit. I know I did. I know Kamani did. But they looked pretty determined, and obviously the first 2 minutes we responded. Yeah, he saved Sam. Again, he's a guy that, when we get to games called tighter in March, there's going to be a lot more freedom of movement, and the way we play is, probably a little more suitable to that. And him as well. I mean, just his talent, the way he moves. But I'm so proud. I don't think I've ever been prouder of a guy stepping in for such a critical piece. Just if he didn't play like that, we had no chance, because he played against one of the best big guys in the country, and won the matchup.
Yeah, what's to say about Steph? Really strong for most of the game. A lot of
Yeah, that's. I think he found something late there. I think he can't put too much pressure on himself to try to be this this electrifying guard who's doing all this stuff off the dribble and playing like he's Dame Lillard out there. I mean, that guy just needs to fly around defensively and use his athletic ability, get on the glass, cut, get out in transition. And his second half was huge, and he was a hair away from getting another steal that would have really sealed it for us. And but I think now he's got a template that he needs to build from.
Do you say teams pressing you more often than how you feel like your team's?
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we attacked the pressure very well, but I mean, we had 8 turnovers. I mean, if anything, it's slowing us down from getting into offense, and we're slowing ourselves down, because I thought the inbound pressure was significant, but once the ball was inbounded, there wasn't a lot of trapping. There wasn't intense ball pressure. It was they do a great job of making it hard to get it in, but then we've got to take court quicker. We weren't getting it to sets quickly, and then when we did, the ball wasn't popping. So that, I mean, there's there's a lot that we've got to improve on. But again, these games in this league, I mean, they become cage fights.
There was a little altercation in the second half, and then Cam got the crowd into the game. You guys went on a 10-0 run. Can you talk about what his emotion and
Yeah, we need players to interact with the crowd when they make big shots, or when players are shooting free throws in different situations. Like, we need them to just to ignite the crowd and really try to create that home court advantage. I mean, it got deafening loud in there, late in the game. And some of those big plays and finishes, it was like really loud. But a lot of the crowd responds to the personalities of players, and they certainly respond to a guy like Cam.
How your guys are going to react knowing Kate Donovan's out for a few weeks now, and it's kind of could be a tough one to deal with.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's tough. I mean, Donovan is one of the most impactful players in the country. I mean, just look at the analytics. Even the Seton Hall game, I don't know what we were, 1.37 points per possession on offense when he was in the game, and obviously defensively we're bad. We're bad in that game, and but when he was in the game, it was significantly better than it was when he was out. So, we're going to obviously Donovan. With his injury, it was when he tweaked his foot in a weird way. The other injury, was pretty much healed up. This guy's going to get a nice long rest here, and he's going to come back in full strength, and his team will be better. Obviously for it because of the growth of other players, and but it's not gonna look as pretty. We got to find ways to win until we get that real game-changing type of player back, and then we'll be back to being in top form.
How much confidence does Sampson give you that you can plan like that going forward about Donovan?
Yeah, I didn't think anything that he did or he was involved in was. I think he might have thrown in a little like 12-foot end of shot clock. That might have been the only one that might not be sustainable. But I think every other way, and then I think he left a couple on the board. There were a couple finishes I think that he wishes he had back. The one that Soriano made the block on. But we were getting tremendous production from that position, and we used the center a lot. So I just think that Sampson's game is going to take off, and then when the big fella comes back, I think that we'll be stronger than we've been all year at that position, and we've been strong there. Youssef has got unbelievable spirit, and he was at times thinking about a red shirt, and and then but we didn't do it, and he had no real time to prepare for this. We didn't really have an offensive package for this. Donovan's injury, really didn't become too aware of the severity of it until Thursday, later in the day, and then we basically had a one-day prep, and we didn't have a package of things to run versus him, or for him versus man, or a matchup zone, or versus pressure. So he's got to give us minutes now, and I thought he was solid in there. Not really. I think you say to him, because you don't want to spook him. It's like, So I think your whole interaction with him is, you're talking to him about his performance versus Texas at the guard in early season. You're talking, he averaged like 22 and 10 in the two close scrimmages, and obviously, his last couple games he hasn't been giving us what he's been giving us. But, I thought he got great support, too. I thought Tristan grew as a leader tonight a lot, because his first half was not great, and he didn't play the cleanest game, but he gutted out a winning performance, and he dragged some guys along with him.
say this era of easy transfers, there aren't many guys who do what Sampson's done, stick it out, wait his turn, and now he has an opportunity to present it to him.
Yeah, those are the type of people that we really just value the heck out of and build a relationship with, and try to run a unique program. It's just a testament to the kid, and to him trusting, and to him loving UConn, and for him loving the locker room he's in, and the coaching staff, and the things we do from a culture standpoint. I think plus he doesn't have like bozos that are managing his career and feeding him a bunch of shit and telling him, hey, go somewhere else, you could be a starter and you could be a first-round pick. Whereas you have other players that have these other, whether they're helicopter parents that are delusional about the kid, or workout guys, or just other people that latch on along the way that just don't do what's in the best interest of the kid in terms of really developing for the long term. And most of the people that we get here, I think are like Samson that way. That he's a great guy, and he's a big personality, but we need his ass on the court, and that he's got he can't be eating like a big ass Christmas dinner, and he's got to get his weight down over the holidays and over the next couple of weeks, so that he doesn't have any problems with his feet moving forward, and get that. And I know he watches, he's on social, and you got to get into the 270s so that we can have him on the court. It's tough, man. He affects the game like very few players in the country affect the game. And the top programs, you lose somebody like Zach Edey at Purdue. He has that type of impact for us on both ends of the court. He just changes the game. So great spirit, great kid, but boot bad, and travel suit bad. Uniform is fuck. Sorry, a lot better.
Looked like you and him had a nice moment after the game. Just speak to what it was like seeing him again.
Yeah, I just, I was just really disappointed. We loved that team, and we loved every player in that team, and I think I just, for me, selfishly, I wanted to coach him again. I wanted to bring, it would have been awesome to bring him back and have a chance to go back to back with him. He would have been obviously a critical part of what we were doing, and he saw a much bigger role for him, or he was convinced that there was a much bigger role for him there. And I just love the kid, man. His family's awesome. He's a total soldier, and he's a great two-way player, and we wouldn't have won the championship without him last year. And I just wanted to tell him I love him, and if we would have lost, I would have told him the same shit.
Anything else? Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Happy holidays.